Okay, we're on problem number 55 now, and I see it's an improper integral, and the read value is going to infinity. So the first thing I'll do is just to get the antiderivative. My recommendation is to do a u substitution, see if it works out. I'm going to say u equals 1 plus e to the x, and then du would equal, let's see, e to the x dx. Well, that's not so bad, but I do have some troubles over here. And my troubles would be just making that substitution there and see what happens. And I certainly get 1 over u. But then I get something pretty strange, by the way. And I get dx, it would be du over e to the x. And I got to get that in terms of u, by the way. So I'm going to say it's really du over e to the x, but I'm going to use this to get in terms of u. And what's it going to be? Well, it would just be, quite simply, it would just be u minus 1. So I want to erase that over here and put that down. All right, I'm starting to realize that this thing might have to do with partial fractions. So let me write this one over here. I'm going to put the star down here, and I'm going to put, 1 over u, and that's going to be u minus 1 du. I want to, again, emphasize that u is equal to 1 plus e to the x. Let me get my eraser app kind of done with this business over here. And I want to do the partial fractions now. All right, what partial fraction I'm going to do, let's write it down. It's 1 over u minus 1. And that's going to be a, I have no idea, over u, plus b, I have no idea, over u minus 1. And then I'll multiply both sides by the LCD. I get 1 equals a, u minus 1, plus bu. I'm going to pick an easy u, e to be 0. What do you get there? You would get 1 on the left side, and then you get minus a. So a is minus 1. All right? I'm going to pick another easy u. I'm going to pick u to be 1. What does that give me? On the left side, it's 1, but on the right side, I just get b. So I know b is 1. So I'm ready to write that down. I'm going to write in a different order, though. It's going to be b, which is 1 over u minus 1. And then minus 1 over u du. I can integrate that, and what do you get? You get the natural log, absolute value u minus 1, minus the natural log of u, plus some constant of integration. Now again, someone says, I don't remember what u is, that's why it's written down. It's right over here. So what do I get here? Natural log. Well, that's going to be 1 plus e to the x minus 1, which is going to be e to the x. We'll simplify that later. All right. What's next going to be? Minus, well, what's the natural log of u? It's actually the natural log of the absolute value of 1 plus e to the x. Now, granted, there are ways to simplify these guys over here, but I kind of just want to, maybe, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it a little different than the key is written over here. The natural log of e to the absolute value of the x is just the natural log of e to the x, which is just x. And this one over here is going to be natural log. And 1 plus e to the x is always positive, so I'll just write it down without an absolute value symbol. And then plus c. All right? Put a little box on that over here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let me go backwards. That's the indefinite integral, by the way. All right? I'm going to do the limit now. All right? So let's write that down. So we're going to do this over here, 0 to infinity, and this is going to be 1 over 1 plus e to the x dx. This is going to equal the limit. I'm going to say a goes to infinity of this antiderivative over here. Let's write that down, which is going to be x minus ln 1 plus e to the x and plus c. No, plus c, sorry about that. I don't need a c. That would just disappear. What happens now, it's going to go from 0 to a. All right? I'm kind of looking at it. I think I can do it. And I'll write this down for you. And you know what? I start to realize that maybe I shouldn't have written it that way. That I should have done it the way it's written in my key. Let me go back to that. I'm going to go backwards. And so this is why you're doing that. I realize I have to do a limit. Let me just rewrite this over here. And this is going to be the natural log of e to the x And I can use the rules of logs now. So it's natural log e to the x over 1 plus e to the x plus c. All right, let's write this down again. Limit as a goes towards infinity of, I'm gonna expand it now. So it's gonna be natural log e to the a over 1 plus e to the a minus, let's see, the lower limit, which is 0, and that's going to be natural log of 1, right, because e to the 0 is 1, and the bottom you get 2. All right, let's see if we can do the limit over here. And what's that going to be? Let's see, the natural log, and the top and the bottom, basically they're going off to infinity, but just looking at the ratios, it would be natural log of 1, which is 0, minus the natural log of 1/2. So what do you have here for an answer? Minus the ln of 1/2. I'm going to write a little bit differently. I'm going to take the power up, and it's really 1/2 to the minus 1, which is the natural log of 2 now. And that's my final answer. That's the answer is green over here. Thank you.